Hey, how's it going, everybody? BurntBrian here. Welcome back to another Tall Can Tuesday. In this video series, I like to give channel updates, answer questions, and talk about random topics submitted by you, the fine viewers of this channel, and of course, drink some beer. And today, I've got a really interesting beer to share with all of you. And this video, I've got to say, it wouldn't have happened without Benny, who's a viewer of this channel, who was kind enough to send out some beers to me, and this is one of them. So Benny, thanks so much, man. I really appreciate it. This is really special because, well, for a couple reasons, but this right here, this is a 40 ounce. And now that may not seem like anything big to most of you who live in northern states or Midwestern states or wherever you might be other than Florida, but for us Floridians, it's pretty awesome to see a 40 ounce because for some reason our stupid government will only allow us every other possible size. I can get a half gallon to a gallon of beer, but I can't get a 40 ounce. It's just really weird. But the one we're looking at today is from St Ides, and this is their High Gravity Malt Liquor, and this one is 8.2% per volume, so definitely going to pack a good buzz. Now, I've never had any of the St Ides, their regular malt liquors or their High Gravity. The only ones I ever had were the fruit flavored ones that they did for a while, like back in the 90s, like the mid to late 90s. And I don't even know if they still make those anymore or not. I don't think they do. But anyway, without wasting too much more time, I got my hands all slick from work because I just got in the door. But I really wanted to get this video done today. Man, here we go. Smells about like I would expect from a malt liquor. So let's go ahead and give this thing a taste here. Definitely obviously a malt liquor. I mean, it's a really actually smooth one for being a high gravity at 8.2%. It's actually really enjoyable. It's easy to drink. It tastes better than Steel Reserve. It tastes better than Colt 45 to me. For some reason, I'm just not a fan at all of that beer. Maybe I should give it another shot. Last couple times I tried it, I was not having any of it. But yeah, this is awesome. It's so cool to actually be drinking on a 40 here in the States, so now I can be cool like all of you other guys who are always enjoying this stuff. But anyway, I do have some things to talk about today. Of course, I want to start with a couple quick channel updates. Here over this week, I'm going to be trying hard to kind of make a few videos, especially hot sauce videos. I've got to start doing some more of those. And I do have some new ones that were just sent to me. The folks over at El Yucateco were kind enough to send me an awesome little package with several of their sauces plus some swag, so I'll be showing off their t-shirt and some stuff like that. And also I had some stuff, some powders that were sent to me from 9 Circles of Hell, and really looking forward to trying that, playing around with some chicken and stuff, some different dishes here and there. So I'll be making a video with that stuff as well. And I just bought two terabit hard drives, so now I've got a whole lot more space. I can finally start doing what I wanted to do and actually, get these videos saved away in a safe spot. I've been deleting so many of mine, so now I've got to go into YouTube and download a whole bunch of my videos again. And I've got 300-something videos uploaded, so if you're ever bored, you're wanting to look through content, I have plenty on my channel to check out. But that's pretty much it, just trying to keep focused, steady, trying to make some more videos. I have been kind of slacking on a couple of them, like Monday Munchies, so I'm working on that, but I'm also working with another friend of mine in the area, and he's going to be helping me create some new logos, some new ideas, some things that I want to add into videos. But hopefully I'll have some more information on that here in the near future. And do stay tuned because, again, Benny was kind enough to send me out several different beers. One of those was a 4 Loko Gold, and I actually had my buddy Alex come over, who was in a couple other videos of mine, and it was really cool to have a second perspective here, and it's always fun having beers and talking with him. So looking forward to sharing that video with you guys here soon. But let's go ahead and get into this a little bit, and I've got a couple questions to answer for you guys, which thank you so much to those of you who did leave me questions. I guess I should start now by saying if you do have any questions or topics you'd like to hear me talk about, be sure and leave them down below in the comment box, and I'll get to them in next week's video. Salud. Yeah, surprisingly smooth, really good beer. Again, I didn't know what to expect with the High Gravity. I actually had the Camo, which was another 40 that he sent me, and that one was rough. It was, what, 10.6%, I think? that stuff was hard to drink. But this, I'm liking St Ides, not too bad. So questions, we're going to go with, start with Flavio Di Giovanni, and he has a YouTube channel which is called TDOT Heat, and he and a friend Danny Mala get together and they have a whole lot of fun. They're kind of like an odd couple in a sense. They have slightly different personalities, but they're kind of the same. So it's kind of fun watching their chemistry and their opinions on different things, because it's sometimes a polar opposite of the other. But he said, do they sell Canadian beer in Florida? And honestly, I've never really looked specifically for certain brands, and I should probably start researching. I know that a lot of times when I go to craft beer stores, or I even hit my local ABC, which sells craft beer, I noticed that, as I'm looking through different beers, I'll come across some that have the maple leaf on there, and I'll know, okay, these are Canadian beers. So I've seen some pretty cool small beers from there, and of course, we do carry a lot of the big major ones. I'm not even too sure. I'm guessing Molson is a Canadian beer, isn't it? Molson Ice and all that. And of course, you've got like Labatt Blue and stuff. We have all of those like big name Canadian beers that I can easily find, and maybe I should pick up some and do a couple videos in honor of you up there in Canada, Flavio, and all the other Canadian friends of mine who watch these videos. I do appreciate it, and cheers. So, I'm not at all a chugger, so if these videos go on a lot longer than they should, I apologize. Again, I don't really follow any set rules. I know the YouTube drinking community, the malt liquor people, have these kind of rules, guidelines, blueprint, if you will, as they call it, that they go by when they make their videos. But this is just my way to, again, chat, talk with all of you guys, so there's really no time limit. I'm not, oftentimes when I do my reviews and I do things like that, I really try to make my videos not short, but as short as possible, short and sweet, to get to the point, get all the information I can get out, and just kind of move on, because I know, not downing anybody at all, but in general, most people's attention span can be, pretty weak. So, if I'm going to do, especially when it comes to things like reviews and whatnot, but in these kind of videos, it seems like people interact a whole lot more, and I like being able to chat with you guys like this, and hopefully here soon I'm going to set up another Google Hangout where all of us can get together, talk, maybe have a beer, and I'll record all that and put it up just unedited files. I've got a couple of those where I did. It was a whole lot of fun. But anyway, back to the questions. We've got Chris Gatto. He said, how do you feel about 211 Original Gravity 22-ounce cans? Well, I would like to drink them, and I would probably feel pretty good about them if I could find them anywhere. For some reason, every store that I go to, the only steel reserve they have is the High Gravity. I can't find any of the Original Gravity. I haven't had an Original Gravity probably since, I want to say back, I remember one of the first boxing fights I ever went to in Tampa with my friend Chuck, who was working with an online news company, and so there was this fight, and I got to sit ringside right next to the judges, and that was an incredible experience. I got my own scoring card, so I think I did really good. If I remember right, I predicted all the fights, accurately, and who would win and pretty close to what round. And man, that's what really got me into the love of boxing. I mean, I've always loved the sport, and of course Rocky and stuff really is incredibly motivational to me. But when I sat there and I watched this dude get knocked out, and I mean his face landed right in front of me, because again, I'm sitting ringside and I'm right here. He fell against the rope and his face hit, and he was looking right at me with that knocked out, dazed look, and I looked down and my scorecard was covered in blood, and I was like, yes, this is awesome. So it was an incredible experience. Plus the guy who won was a fighter from my area here in Gainesville, so it was cool to see a local down there kick some ass. But anyway, yeah, that was probably the last time many years ago, probably at least 10 years since I've had Original Gravity Steel Reserve, and I never really looked for it, but Florida 32 ounce. But then again, I haven't been looking, so maybe I should try to look. Whenever I do go and I'm looking for malt liquor, I do kind of see what everybody has, and here in town, the only ones I found were the High Gravity. So here's to High Gravity beers. All right. So next I've got several different questions. This one comes from Francisco F. And really appreciate the support, man. Francisco's been watching a lot of my videos, commenting a lot lately, and it's really cool to, have somebody that's consistently interacting, and it really shows that, you like my videos and like my content, and that's awesome. I really appreciate it a lot. And he actually said that he was looking through a lot of my older videos and came across the Hound Dog video I did, teaching you guys how to make the famous Hound Dog Special Elvis Presley sandwich. And, he said he actually tried it and thought it was amazing, or thought it was really good anyway, and that, I think he had said that it's definitely not one that he would eat on a regular basis, maybe a once in a while kind of thing. And that's probably a good idea, because if we all remember the pictures of Elvis when he died, fat and bloated, sitting on his toilet, it was not at all flattering of him, but that was his favorite sandwich. He would fly, if I remember right from the stories, he would fly from Memphis, from Graceland. He would fly over to this place, I don't even remember where it was, but they would make him the sandwich. So he would take his jet and fly somewhere just to go and get this thing, and on a regular basis. But if you haven't seen that, I'll have a link down in the description so you can follow and go check out my version of that sandwich, and maybe you could try it for yourself. But anyway, he was kind enough to leave me a couple questions. So first one, he said, do you believe in aliens? Well, on one hand, I kind of feel like it's almost arrogant of us to think that we are the only intelligent beings in the entire universe, in this amazing, huge sky, that just continues to spread and grow. It just seems incredibly arrogant to think that we are the only intelligent beings. There's got to be somebody out there, something, somewhere, and maybe not. I just feel like if the universe is continually expanding like they say it is, if you believe in that theory that everything is getting farther and farther apart, maybe we haven't seen any other intelligent life because things just keep spreading away. But it is interesting to see what we're doing with Mars, and who knows, maybe we'll discover some secret alien race or some sort of crazy alien stuff there that will really open our eyes to it. But that probably won't be in my lifetime. I'm still hoping that maybe aliens would make an appearance, as long as they're, I've said as long as they're friendly, but I guess even if they're bad, maybe that would be a good test for us, and it would be a good chance to wipe out a lot of the stupidity in the world and people that really shouldn't be breeding and shouldn't still be alive anyway, because today feels like, idiocracy in real life. If you ever, saw that movie Idiocracy, that's where we're at today with people. So maybe that an alien invasion that just rocks the world would be a good thing. But at the same time, maybe they've got some sort of devices that would make these unintelligent people smarter. Anyway, so that's my thoughts. I would like to think that there are something out there, some other being just besides us. Otherwise, it's a pretty lonely giant universe if you think about it, when we're just this tiny, tiny little speck in the giant scope of things. Let's see. He also asked, have you ever been outside the U.S.? No. I'd really like to leave, and honestly I need to work on getting my passport, because there are a lot of people that I would love to go and visit. Obviously, my first few places, my first few choices would be either Australia, New Zealand area, either one, to see friends in both. England, I've got friends out there, like Kaylee and Simon. I'd love to go and see those guys and do a video or two with the Devonshire Idiots. For Australia and stuff, it would be to see my buddy at Cobra Chili, and then New Zealand and stuff, to see people like Josh Saltour, who does a really cool Sloshworks channel, a lot of cool videos. And speaking of, I need to ask him again, because somebody was asking if I've got any future drinks coming up, maybe like any kind of holiday drink specials or anything, and I do have some cool stuff planned for you guys. I actually just bought a bottle of vodka the other day, and I'm going to film a video tomorrow, hopefully when I get home from work, and we'll see how all that plays out. But anyway, it's going to be a whole lot of fun. But I've got to find out what the ingredients were in his Sloshworks drink so I can make that one and share it for all of you guys, because it sounded really amazing and pretty high in alcohol. I would really love to go and see some places, and Amsterdam. Yeah, I've got to go see Amsterdam at least at some point in my life, and visit the Mecca, the homeland of legal pot smoking, because I think that'd be pretty awesome. Because if you don't know, I am a huge proponent and supporter of not only medical marijuana but full recreational legalization, because these prohibitions have done nothing. The war on drugs has done nothing except make our society worse. It has caused more harm and destruction to families, and we've wasted so much money on all of this. It's really time to just end this stuff. And I can't believe that I guess I should say the Bible thumping, die-hard, extreme conservatives continue to fight, to keep marijuana illegal. It's a plant that grows in the ground that has more medical benefits than, most of the man-made pharmaceuticals that we push out. There's just no money in these kinds of, in a plant remedy for big pharma. I mean, there's always has to be some kind of monetary gain for somebody, unfortunately. But hopefully, thankfully, I mean, we're seeing the country starting to wake up, so hopefully this trend will spread across the country. Maybe down here in Florida at some point we can see some sort of comprehensive marijuana legislation that's legalization. But anyway, next one, he said, what's the stupidest thing you've done drunk? Well, it's kind of tough to say. I've done a lot of stupid things while I'm drunk, and unfortunately, some of those things were done during blackouts. So I mean, I bet those were probably the dumbest. Like, the dumbest things I did were when I drank so much that I blacked out, on top of like taking a Xanax or something, and for anxiety. Florida 32. And, I mean, I don't remember this night, but apparently we were playing cards one night with a keg at my neighbor's house, and I mean, a huge table where there was probably 20-something people sitting, but a large game of cards going on with a couple different decks. I think we were playing Asshole or one of those drinking games, and from what I was told, I apparently like knocked my beer over all over the table and ruined all the cards, and immediately, like right after that, was trying to flirt with my neighbor and stuff, who was a really cool chick, and she's still a friend of mine today. Anyway, I have a lot of stories like that. There's stories where I've partied and gotten so wasted, and I wake up the next day home and find my vehicle there. Actually, that actually now I know what my stupidest thing was. All right, so this was probably right when I had turned 21, maybe 22. I went to my favorite place. It was my little hole in the wall here in Gainesville, Florida. But it is an awesome little bar and pub where it's kind of like my Cheers. Everybody knows my name. When I walk in the door, the bartenders know what I want to drink. I don't have to show an ID. I don't have to leave a card for a tab or any of that stuff. It's just I get whatever I want when I walk in the door. And when I order a drink, it's not a little weak-ass drink. It's actually a big full drink. Hold on, let me take a swig. So, anyway, this place is amazing. I love going there. They have awesome pizza. This bar and pizza place was started by a couple college dropouts, and it's 30 years later, and this place is still rocking, still doing business, and they actually have a couple other stores throughout the states. So if you live in a state where there's a Gumby's Pizza, let me know down below in the comments, because Gumby's started right here in Gainesville, and man, they make some really incredible pies. I mean, really interesting pizza pies. Whatever you want, it's really creative. They've got a lot of cool stuff. Hopefully, I'll be sharing some of those with you guys soon. But anyway, my drunkest, stupidest thing that I did was this one night, apparently, I went to the bar, and I remember everything up to a point. I remember going to the bar. We had a great time. There was a live DJ in there, and everybody was having fun listening to music and getting wasted. I had a lot of Long Island iced teas. This was during my phase when Long Island iced teas was my thing. I mean, I thought, man, you got 5 liquors. You've got a lot of alcohol in one drink, and it tastes like a sweet tea. That's awesome. So that's what I was going with. And I would drink these things constantly, back to back to back to back, a lot of them. And I remember at one point, I looked at it and I was like, man, I only got like $10. That is not a good enough tip for this bartender for this whole night of partying and drinking. So I got the brilliant idea, well, I'm going to go home, get some more money, and come back. Well, I went home, took out the money that I had purposely taken aside and hidden from myself so that I wouldn't do this. But I drive home, get that money, I think it was like $200 or something. I go back to the bar, And I was trying. Apparently, she said I was trying to offer her like $40 as a tip, and she's like, no, I can't take that. And I guess I ended up giving her like a $20 tip or something. But that night, I lost my car. I wake up the next morning, my car is completely gone. I look out the window, I'm like, holy shit, where's my vehicle? What's going on? I was on the couch, still in the same clothes I was wearing the night before. I'm like, man, my car's gone. So I'm on the phone calling everybody, hey man, do you know where I was last night? What happened? Where did my car go? What's going on? I remember paying my tab and leaving the bar, and that was it. I think I remember going to my car, I dropped my keys, and when I bent over to get my keys, that was it. It was done. And I had to work that night, so I'm driving all around town. I had somebody pick me up. We're going all over the places I had been, different things, trying to find my car, nothing, no avail. So as we're pulling back in, right, like 2 hours before I had to go to work, we're pulling back into the bar. I get out of the car and I look across the parking lot way over. There's this, it was like a plaza, so you had this bar way over here, and then way on this side you had a grocery store. Well, I happened to look over and see a vehicle parked in 3 parking spots sideways. That was my vehicle at the time. It's parked sideways. I think I had a Jimmy. It was some sort of like Bronco Jimmy style SUV, and it was parked sideways in 3 different spots. With the windows down, wipers halfway up, the heat was on when I turned on the car. In the floorboard, there were $20 bills. The keys were lying on the floor. So some angel, somebody was with me, whatever. They saw what was going on and said, yeah, we're going to take care of this guy. Because, man, there's no way in this town in this fucking shitty college town where people will steal anything from you, that I could just leave my car parked like that and nobody take anything. It was unbelievable to walk in and find $20 bills still lying there on the floorboard with the windows down and everything. So that's probably the dumbest thing I ever did. I remember when I went to work, all my boss and everyone's like, dude, I lost my car. That was my nickname for a while, was dude, I lost my car. Everyone's like, oh, ha ha ha. I do have another story that I'll tell you guys in next week's video that was pretty cool. It was another beer adventure. But anyway, one last question from Francisco. He says, have you ever had a sidewalk slammer? And no, I have not had a sidewalk slammer, and I'll tell you what that is in just 1 second. Alright, so a sidewalk slammer is it's a 40-ounce malt liquor, and what you do, you need to take a big chug out of it. Like, I'm talking like a big segment out of the beer, like maybe like down to here, something like that. You want to take a nice big chunk, a third of the beer out, basically. And then you take a Four Loko and you fill your 40-ounce with that Four Loko all the way to the top, twist the top on, shake it around a little bit, and that's a sidewalk slammer. And obviously it's called a sidewalk slammer because you drink something like this and your ass is going to fall right down on the sidewalk and pass the fuck out. I mean, that's a hardcore drink. It really is. If you've ever had Four Lokos, you know that you're crazy. I want to say, well, wait till you watch the video with me and my buddy doing the Four Loko Gold. He pretty much describes it the best that I've ever heard it is because basically if you're not 4 people drinking this, you're fucking crazy to be drinking it by yourself because this should be 4 people drinking it, but 1 and you're loco, your ass will be falling and hitting the ground. So you mix the 2 up and drink it, and somehow you're supposed to make it through the day, make it through the night. But that's one hardcore serious drink. I don't think you'll ever see me do that. And that's the reason I've also had somebody from, I believe it was the name of the channel is The Crew. They had suggested that I do the 640 Club, which is 2 32 ounces. One's Old E and the other one's like a Magnum or something like that. You probably won't see me do these challenges because really I have no interest in trying to prove how tough I am to anybody. I just enjoy good beers. And honestly, it's in moderation. Like, I like to sit back and relax and sip on it. That's why I like craft beers. High alcohol content, I can sit back and get a really good buzz and take some time. Yeah, anyway, I got to go ahead and call this video short because my battery's about to die. And anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this kind of stuff. Next week I'll have some topics to talk about with all of you guys, and some other beers to share with you. And of course, if you stay tuned all week, I've got hot sauce reviews, I've got food reviews, I've got all kinds of cool stuff coming out. So please be sure to stay tuned. Subscribe so you don't miss out on anything else. This one is for all of you still watching this video. Salud. Man, so good. Thanks so much, Benny, for sending out this 40. It's so awesome to be sitting here in Florida and drinking a 40 for all of you guys. So, anyway, again, I hope you enjoy. I had a whole lot of fun making this video. And, yeah. Don't forget to interact with me. Hit that like button, subscribe. Let me know if there's anything you'd like to see me do in a future video. And let me go ahead and kill this because my battery is about to die. And I think I may be running short on the memory card in this one. But anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. And as always, stay toasty, my friends. Another one bites the dust.